Hello, Diana. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marin, and on my channel, we ride the spiral. This is a live video if you are watching the replay, so I am just going to wait for a couple people to come on. Hello, Diana. Thanks for being the best mod ever. So before I get started into the topic of the video, I just wanted to touch on something. Let me fix this. Okay. So I know that I am not the most consistent YouTuber. I mean, I disappeared for like 3 years pretty much, and I've done that on my channel like more than once. So I know that you get more followers and people like a set routine, like I'm going to, film Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays or whatever it is. But I've thought about that, and I think I've tried it in the past, and it just, so here's the thing. I am going with my intuition so much especially these past 3 years, right? When we've been going through it, right? Going through the ringer. And I've just been following my intuition, and it never leads me astray, and I'm done like not listening to it. So if I don't feel inspirational or like inspired or motivated to make a video, I don't want to just put up content just to put up content. Because for me, it's not about growing my channel. Yes, I want to grow my channel so that these messages reach more people, but I don't want to just put up content to put up content. To me, the best videos I make are when I have that clear cognizant thought just drop it in my head, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, I need to make a video about this. I need to talk about this. And then the information just channels right through me. If I say, okay, I'm going to make a video about this on this day, and then I go to film and I have it's not coming through me. It doesn't feel right. Like, I'm not going to put up content just to put up content. So I know my last video was like a couple weeks ago, and sometimes I get comments like, where have you been? And it's not that I'm procrastinating or being lazy. I mean, I don't want to put up content just to put up content. I want it to be something that I feel in my heart and my intuition that spirit's like, you need to talk about this. You need to make a video. Because if I'm just making videos to make videos, that's not what this is about. This isn't about me growing a YouTube channel. This is about the Great Awakening. This is about, moving into the new world that we are trying to co-create. Like, this is about the ascension that we're all going through. So if I'm not consistent, that's why I like to just wait until I have that fire under my ass so that I'm not just putting out content, because I don't know, for me, it just doesn't work that way. Maybe, and like I said, I'm getting more used to the channeling. So yeah, I'm repeating myself now, but I don't want to just put out content and do a set schedule, because if I'm not feeling it that day, I don't want to let anybody down either. And, I am such an empath that I need a lot of downtime. When I make these videos or do interviews or whatever, I feel out of my body. Like, it's so high vibrational that like, I need to ground for days after. Don't get me wrong. I love doing this. I love these videos. I love going on like round tables, like I was just on with Soldier of Light. And I get such a high from that. But after that, I need to decompress. I need to ground. I need to have alone time. And I know, like, technically I'm alone right now, but the energy of all you guys is still there. And then if thousands of people watch this video later, that's still there. I can still feel that. So I know I'm not the best when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't film every day. The messages are coming through smoother and smoother now. So I feel like they'll be more consistent. But yeah, I didn't film for 2 weeks because I didn't feel it. And that Aries full moon kicked my ass. I felt so dense, so heavy. I cleared a lot of crap. I had a lot of anger outbursts. I cried a lot. So like, I just, You know, I'm just going with my body. I'm going with how I feel. I am going with when I feel the urge to make a video, I'm going to make it. And if I don't feel like it, I'm not going to. And I didn't film for 2.5 years because I didn't feel it in my heart. And I'm just going to continue to go with that. But I feel like now is the time, so it's coming in more consistent. But I hope that makes sense. I got to catch up on the comments now. Hello, everybody. And this is live. Hey, Mary, Glimpse and Beyond. Oh, are you talking about your Diana is the cat whisperer. Definitely from Lyra. Of course you're talking about cats. Okay, I need to drink some water because my throat's dry. Okay, so I know this video is just going to automatically upload when I'm done anyway, so I might as well just hop into it. Hi, Erica. No, I haven't started yet. I just came on. I was late. I got on at 8:45. And I was just telling everybody why I don't film like super consistent. I go with my gut, and I film when that claircognizant message comes through, and then I'm like, oh God, I need to talk about this. But if I set a schedule and that day comes and I'm like, I don't know what to talk about, then it's not authentic. You know, I'm not channeling that through source. It's just me putting up a video to put up a video. And it's not about that to me. I don't want to do that because it's not, like I said, it's not about growing my channel. That's, you know, I don't know how to describe this. Like, I want to grow my channel because we all need to be talking about these things. The more, the better. You know, more people are waking up every day. I want these messages to be heard worldwide. So yes, I want to grow my channel, but that's not why I do YouTube. Isn't just to grow a channel and an audience, if that makes sense. I film when I feel that spirit is pushing me to deliver a message. And when I made, I actually scheduled this live a few days ago and I canceled it because I rescheduled it for right now because I was again feeling like I needed to ground on that day, and I just wasn't ready to just go live. Like I'm going with my intuition, and I know when I'm ready to make a video and when I'm not. Sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's 2 years. You never know with me. But no, the time is now, so I really don't see myself taking that long of a break again anytime soon anyways. But you never know. You never know. If you guys are wondering what I'm always holding, I hold crystals. I have my selenite, Mary, and then I have a raw quartz that my friend's grandpa dug up. Okay, so I have trust issues with crystals because they're getting very, very good at faking crystals out of glass, out of resin, out of acrylic. So I'm so skeptical when it comes to these things because you can fake them. And my friend's grandpa dug this up. And bless her soul, Becca, I don't know why she gave this to me, but she said she had a dream that her grandpa said that it was for me. So I just think it's amazing, and I'm obsessed with this. It has such a powerful energy when you hold it, and I know that it's real because he dug it up, and like you can see there's still like rust on it and stuff. My light's really bright, but my ring light now, my cat broke my other one, so hey Jay, Rocco, good to see you. I know you're a mod for the other show that's live. I was watching Arcana Shores before this too. Hey Gypsy Mama, I'll be seeing you in a little bit. Sorry, I'm just catching up on these comments. But yeah, so that's why I'm not super consistent. But like I said, the time is now. I made those videos 3 years ago saying the time was now, and I didn't even know like where that came from. But now, obviously, all this stuff has happened in these last few years, and the time really is now. So I don't really see myself taking years off again. But yeah, I like filming authentically. So I might as well just hop into the subject tonight that I wanted to talk about. And it's the law of attraction. That's what started my whole channel here. So fun fact, I've been on YouTube, or like started watching YouTube like when it first became a thing. And I was like obsessed with makeup videos and the beauty industry, which ironically turned out to be a very ugly industry. I've come to find out in these past 3 years, which is funny, but yeah. I was obsessed with like makeup tutorials, and that's what I wanted to start my YouTube channel as. I was like, I'm going to make makeup videos and da da da. And then I went through an awakening, and I was like, oh no, we need to talk about like high vibrational, real stuff that's going to help people. Like there's a million people that make makeup videos. I don't need to be another one. But so what I wanted to talk about was, and I know a lot of us do this when we first learn about the law of attraction. And the beauty of the law of attraction is that, and I'm going to get into this more, but it really seems to be a catalyst for spirituality. And for me, it absolutely was. Like watching The Secret was the first rabbit hole that I jumped in that totally woke me up to my spiritual side. And of course, there were rabbit holes before that. And I talk about this in a lot of my videos, that all the rabbit holes seem to lead in a circle, and they all somehow lead to spirituality. And it seems to be when you get into the topics of the subconscious mind and all of that, because then, it comes down to what I want to talk about. So it's really exciting. You first learn about the law of attraction and you're like, oh, I can get all these material things. And there's so many people that still use the law of attraction, like the universe is their catalog. And it's, oh, you get excited. You're like, I can manifest a house and a car and this and that, or whatever the case is. Whatever people want to manifest, it's usually, when you first learn about it, it's physical things. I mean, for me, it was anyways. So the point of me making this video was because the universe is not our catalog. It's not. It's not like, oh, we know that we can manifest things, so now I'm just going to be a shitty person and then I'm going to manifest this, and that. It doesn't work like that. And it's so important for people to realize that. And don't get me wrong, The Secret was a huge, 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 huge catalyst for me. I will never, ever diss that movie or documentary, but I will say that it is only the tip of the iceberg. It really only touches on superficial sort of things. And it doesn't talk about action, which is ironic because the word action is literally in attraction. Like you can't just sit around in a chair all day and visualize things and stuff's going to fall into your lap. You have to take the first step. And that doesn't mean you have to, work hard and do all these things. You just have to take little steps and then the doors will open for you. But we can't just, and this is why so many people struggle with the law of attraction when they first learn about it. And they're like, okay, I want this, and this, and I'm visualizing it, I'm writing it down, and it's not happening. Here's why. Because those people haven't worked on themselves yet. And I'm guilty of doing this in the beginning too. That's why I'm talking about it. I'm never shaming anybody. When I make videos, it's because I went through this. So I talk about it. This is what helped me, kind of thing. You get really excited and you want to manifest all these things, but then you don't, because your vibration is here, right? And I'm not saying materialistic things are high vibration necessarily, but a lot of the things that we think we want may resonate higher because, it's, I'll be happy when I have this. I'll be happy when I have this. So a lot of things that we want are on a high vibration, happiness, love, We want a warm, loving home. We want a job that we love. So we're vibrating down here, right? Because we're not down that spiritual path yet. And we're vibrating here, and we learn about the law of attraction, and we're like, oh, I want this, this, and this, and this, and that. And all those things are up here, right? Because in our minds, those things equal happiness. Well, happiness is a high vibration. So we're here, and we want all these things up here. And we don't understand why we can't get them, right? The universe is my catalog. I said that I want a Corvette and a mansion. Why am I not getting it? Why am I not getting it? Because you have all of this shadow work down here and all of these blocks that are holding you back that you have to work through. And that's what I want to talk about. And that's the beauty also, though, of the law of attraction is I was so hyped up about it because I was like, oh my God, we can have anything we want. Why did nobody tell me this? And then it didn't work. And then it led me into that rabbit hole of the subconscious mind. I started researching, okay, why isn't the law of attraction working? And then it comes up blocks, shadow work, all this stuff. So the beauty of the law of attraction is it sucks you in because it looks really good and it's pretty and flashy. And then you open that door and go in and you're like, what the fuck? Where's all the pretty flashy stuff? And then you go through another door and you're like, oh, no, it's not that easy, honey. You need to work on yourself and love yourself. And the basis behind attracting what you want takes that. So the law of attraction looks really good, but it takes self-love and self-work to get there. Which maybe that's why it looks so enticing, right? Because then we have to do the work to actually get there. You can't manifest things up here when you're down here. It's like tuning into to 93.9 on the radio when you want to tune into 104.1. If you're on 93.9, you're not hearing anything that's up here. You physically cannot until you raise that frequency and match what you want. And that's the beauty, again, the beauty of the law of attraction. It sucks you in with materialism, and then it's like, oh, wait, you got to work on yourself. And then you'll work on yourself a little bit because you want those materialistic things. And then once you start working on yourself and diving into your real self and your soul, then all those materialistic wants you wanted sort of fade away. Isn't that funny? We think we want all these things. And then we dive into spirituality and we're like, wait a minute, I don't want that. And it's fine. Like, I'm not saying you can't want materialistic things. Everybody's different. There's nothing wrong with a spiritual person wanting fancy cars or a house or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. For me personally, I have never, ever been into things like that. Like I'm into like expensive crystals and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll spend money on that. But whatever the case is, the beauty of the law of attraction is that it forces you to love yourself. It forces you to raise your vibration and work through your shadows if you want it to work. And then you start doing those things because you want something, but along the way you realize you don't want those things. And you realize that the whole point of us being here is to literally work on ourselves and dig into those deep shadows and dig into those blockages. Why do I have these? What am I holding? Where am I holding on to anger or resentment in this lifetime? Where can I let this go? And then that leads you down this whole other rabbit hole of working on yourself. And the best project you will ever work on in this lifetime is yourself. That is literally why we are here. We are here to continually raise our vibration to help raise the vibration of the planet. This is what we signed up for. So the law of attraction isn't this catalog like, oh, I want this and that. No. First, you have to fill your own cup before that stuff comes in. Because if you don't feel worthy for what you want, you'll never attract it. You guys, you do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Somebody said this so long ago on my journey, and it always stuck with me. I'm not the one to coin that phrase. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. And that always stuck with me. Because it's not about what you want. If you want something and you think that it's so out of your range, you are in a state of lack. And if you're in that vibrational state of lack, saying, I want things, I want things, I want things, then the universe hears want. God, source, creator hears, oh, you want something? You're in lack of that. I'm going to give you more things to lack. I'm going to put you in more lack. If you feel worthy, and you are already, you have to match the vibration of the thing you want. And I'm telling you, the best way to do that is self-love. And that's way easier said than done. The self-love journey is a long journey, especially in the matrix that we have been brought up in, when we are taught to hate ourselves, to compare ourselves, to work, and so that you don't even have time to work on yourself. Eat all this shitty, crappy food that we're going to give you and lower your vibration down and down and down and down so that you never, ever manifest what you want. It's hard. We live in a demonic Luciferian matrix. We are here to crumble it, but it is what it is. Catching up on the comments quick. Yes, Gypsy Mama. Jem. Hey, Jem. So the beauty of learning about the law of attraction and getting psyched up about it is that you can have everything you want. Just work on yourself and work on raising your vibration. But that does take inner self-love. And that's literally one of the main things, like why we are here. I believe that I talk about self-love so much on my channel because that is what's going to give you everything that you want. And it doesn't matter. It varies for every person, but the self-love that you hold is your worthiness. So if you're raising your vibration up here, a byproduct of that is all of the things that you want, because all of the things that you think you want are high vibrational. That's what your subconscious thinks. Happiness. You know, we can say materialistic things aren't high vibrational, but in somebody's mind, a house and a good job that they love and all that equals happiness, and happiness is a high vibration. So once you do the inner work and you realize the ascension and all of this is an inside job, nobody can do it for you. No solar flash, nothing. Nobody is going to do the inner work for you except you. And when you do that, you will raise your vibration, and as a byproduct of that, you will start manifesting everything that you want because it will be on that same frequency. It's not the other way around. It's not, oh, I'm gonna picture a car, I'm gonna picture a Lamborghini, and then I'm gonna get it. Somebody holds that Lamborghini as in a high vibrational state, and they hold their own self in a low vibrational state. It's never gonna match. Now, I'm not saying a car is above a person. I'm saying there's people that really think like that. Hey, Ocean. And I was just having this conversation with Diana about this exact thing. So if we are constantly thinking that all of these things that we want are outside of ourselves and outside of our own vibration, we're never going to attract it. It all comes down to your self-worth. And self-love and growing that self-worth and confidence takes a lot. It's so much easier said than done. I started making videos about self-love 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm still working on it. It's hard in this world we live in. We can all sit there and be like, oh yeah, I love myself. But at the end of the day, we're still human, and we're still in this era of social media where we are constantly comparing ourselves. Everyone's only posting the best versions of themselves online. So then we watch that and we're like, oh, I'm a shitty person. I'm not doing this right. I'm not doing this and that and this. It's hard. It's hard to love yourself in this demonic matrix. And they have made it that way on purpose. I'm just reading the comments, guys. And yeah, keep the questions coming because I'll keep this video going. Cami just asked, what do you think about the Bible? I think the Bible is it's a loaded question. I think the Bible is they've removed all of the books that talk about the law of attraction. They've removed all of the books that, you know, personally, I think Yeshua, I think his name was Yeshua. I think that he was saying the things we're saying. I think he was saying, stop going to these religious churches. They're putting you in a box. Religion is control. They don't want you to know A, B, and C. I think he was spiritual. I think he was a modern day, like Reiki healer, energy healer. And he was telling everybody else, you all have these powers that I have. You can all do this. And then, of course, they kill him. And then later on, they make it seem like he was preaching religion. Oh, worship Jesus. He was preaching religion. No, he wasn't. He was speaking out against it. The irony that they they invert everything. They flipped the script and said Jesus was so religious and wants you to read the Bible. No, he wasn't. He was saying, this is bullshit. We are all God and goddesses within. The second you give your power away to anything, question it. Because the powers that be, that were, they don't want us to be powerful. That's why they poison us on all levels, especially our minds. They don't want us to know how powerful we are. So if anything, anywhere, if anybody that you follow, anything that you're watching is trying to give your power away, that should be an instant red flag. I believe Yeshua was a real person, but he was saying what we're saying and exactly what they're doing now. They silenced him. They silenced him because they were like, oh shit, this guy gets it. I think that, and it's just so sad to see so many people are waking up in these past few years, but they're jumping right back into a box. Like people that weren't religious before are now finding Jesus, and then they think that spirituality and tarot cards and crystals and sage and all these things are demonic and evil. I'm like, hello, you jumped right back into another box. They are teaching you that those things are evil because they know that they work for us to empower ourselves. Anything that empowers ourselves, they do not want you to have any part of it because they're fucking terrified of us, you guys. We are powerful beings. I know that most of my audience watches Ishmael Perez, and he talks about this all the time. How we are the super race. Every multidimensional race in the galaxy is in our DNA. Why do you think they have to poison us? From birth. In the sky, water, food, air, mostly the TV. Because we are so powerful. The day that we find out, they are terrified. And let me tell you, they are terrified right now. That's why the world is chaotic. Because they are pulling out all the stops. They don't want you to know that you control your reality by loving yourself, by raising that internal vibration. And when you have so much love within you, you vibrate at that frequency where anything you want is an automatic match because your vibration is so high. Why would they want you to know that? No, they're going to tell you that there's a hell and that if you fucking curse, you're going to go burn in the pits of hell. If you make a mistake, you're human. Don't make any mistakes, because if you do, you're going to hell. You don't go to church and give us all your money, you're going to hell. I need a red flag, like a real red flag that I can wave. I did say curse. I like that. Let's ask me more questions, guys. That was fun. In the meantime, I'll continue to talk about this. That if you want anything that you want in your life, you cannot bypass the shadow work. You cannot, because in your shadows lies all of the blockages that you need to work through. And it's not becoming somebody new. It's unbecoming. It's undoing all of the programming, undoing the matrix, and getting back to who you were before the matrix and the world told you what to be. Yeah, Gypsy Mama, I don't believe. If anything, hell is now. We're in it. We've been in it. We've been in a Luciferian matrix. We've lived through hell already. We're living in it right now. If there is a hell, it is here on earth. And I think that we are going into heaven on earth. I do believe that. I think that's why we're here. I'm reading the comments. If you're rewatching this, sorry, I'm reading the comments just so I can answer questions. I know that there's a lot of people that don't trust Ishmael. And that's fine. You know, we should question everybody and everything. Like I said, I just go with my intuition. And I feel like Ishmael activated a lot of things when I first started watching him. You know, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We're not here to worship other people outside of ourselves. And that's one thing I actually do love about Ishmael is he's not telling you to worship him. You know, he's saying do the inner work. I don't think anything that he's ever said has really strayed away that makes me feel like he's cabal. I think so many starseeds are resonating with him. It made him blow up fast, and that was a red flag to people. And I understand that. I understand that completely. But like I said, I'm going with my intuition. And when I first watched him, I cried because it was like I remembered so much. I felt like he activated memories in me. And until he says something, I'm not going to sit. I don't want to talk about other people because that's not what this is about. But like, it's a feeling. Go with your gut. If somebody is throwing you off, don't watch. We are all on different paths and frequencies, and we are all on different levels of our own ascension. If something doesn't resonate with you, stop watching it. If somebody triggers you, stop watching it. If you really resonate with somebody, learn from it, but don't worship them as an idol. You are the person that you should worship. Love yourself, and then you can love others. But don't put anybody on a pedestal, because that is the red flag. Oh my God, Nathan. Hey. I got someone from my hometown in here. What up, bro? Long time no see. I'm from a really tiny town, so I think that's you. Nathan, is that you? I don't think we've spoken like 5 years. What's up? Hey, hip too. Yes, Gypsy Mama, exactly. Nobody is your guru. I follow so many people and I respect and love so many people, but we cannot put people on pedestals because that's how we got in this mess. You know, the government, all that. It's bullshit. We're equals. We are all equals. I'm reading comments. Yeah, Libra 84. I don't want to bring up other channels. This is not really my style, but I followed that person for a long time. And I noticed a difference before anybody else even said anything. So I don't know. Again, take what resonates. Yeah, Erica, it's a hot topic now. And I started making these videos 5 years ago because it just, like I said, it blew my mind open. I was that person. I watched The Secret, and I was a negative, pessimistic person before that. And after it like flipped me. I was like going around anybody that would listen, and I was like, you have to watch this documentary. We can manifest anything we want. I was so pumped up about it. And then I realized, and then I had my dark night of the soul. But nonetheless, I still love talking about the law of attraction. It is in my DNA, and I know that. And I don't know if any of you guys have heard me say this, but I was born at 418 on 418. It's on my birth certificate. I'm not rounding up. I was born at 4:18 p.m. on April 18th, 418. And once I woke up, I looked into the gematria on 418, and it literally means abracadabra, which means manifesting. So it makes sense to me why these topics like resonated so deeply within me. Like, I will never forget the first time I watched The Secret. I laughed, I cried, it sparked so many things in me. I just can't even explain it. But yes, The Secret, it doesn't touch on a lot. It doesn't touch on action. It doesn't touch on the shadow work. It's a very superficial entry level documentary about the law of attraction, but it's exactly what I needed at that point in my life to wake me up. It's a great starting point, but it's definitely not all there is about the law of attraction. Ned Music asked if I'm into tarot. I am. I actually did one tarot reading on my channel. I do oracle cards, though. I am not familiar enough with like actual tarot cards. I'm drawn more to oracle cards. I do a lot of readings on myself and some close friends. I connect to my guides so much when I do readings. I'm like a writer, and I've been writing like books and stuff since I've been little. So I love oracle cards because I can make a story out of the cards that come out, and it's just a really like creative outlet for me to speak to my spirit guides, and I absolutely love it because the signs and synchronicities and the divine realizations I've had when I do readings on myself is unexplainable. Like, I've worked through so many shadows and blockages just through using my cards. Like, it's insane. So for people to say that it's demonic, I'm just like, are you kidding? My oracle cards have brought me so much closer to my higher self and to source than probably any other tool that I use. So that triggers me when people are like, oh, it's demonic. I'm like, it's quite the opposite. Oh, it is you, Nate. Hey. You are the only one from our hometown that would watch these videos. I'm not a Cherokee. I've been asked that my whole life of what my ethnicity is. And it's funny because before I was even awake, I would say I'm an alien. I'm Humalian. Now, I'm mostly Italian. But I get it. People guess all sorts of things. I'm Italian, mostly German and French Canadian. But my dad does think that there's Native Americans somewhere down his lineage because we look like it. But I don't know. I don't do those ancestry tests because I feel like they're just cloning people. They're cloning people somewhere with those things. I don't trust those. Thanks, guys. You're nice. So if anyone knows how to have the live chat replay when this uploads, how do I do that? Because it would make it easier for people to reference like what I'm saying. Because last time it uploaded, it did not upload the chat in real time. I don't really know how to do that. I am not tech savvy, you guys. I'm still learning. But yeah, do you guys have any other questions about the law of attraction? If you want to stick to like the topic. Oh, it does, Gypsy? I don't know. Last time it didn't upload for me. But yeah, I mean, it's okay if you did the ancestry test. I mean, we cannot beat ourselves up for things that we did prior to being awake. If we did that, we'd be beating ourselves up every second, right? I mean, I still do stuff that I don't think that I maybe should, even in waking state. You know, we're human at the end of the day. It's okay. And I did a short about this. You know, it's like that spiritual high horse that you get on when you first wake up. I was bad. Okay, I'm an aggressive Aries as it is. And then I woke up and I was like that person. I went vegan, and I was that person on Facebook that every 10 minutes I was posting a meat shaming photo. I grew up hunting and fishing my whole life in northern Minnesota, okay? And then I went vegan for a month and shamed the whole world about it. Oh, that's funny when you first wake up and do all that. I went vegan. I quit drinking. I quit smoking weed. I quit caffeine. I started intermittent fasting, and I started working out intensely. All in the same month, okay? Don't recommend it. I needed that, though. I mean, it did a lot of good things for me, but that's not what being spiritual is. Libra asked the biggest thing I've manifested into reality. You know, I am a really good manifester, and I call myself a spiritual masochist because I know the things that work for me. And when I am completely undistracted, so like when I did all those things, when I quit drinking and all of these things, I was a manifesting machine. I'm not going to lie. I manifested my whole life here in Florida. When I first learned about these things, I was in Colorado, and then I was at rock bottom, had to move back into my parents' house in Minnesota. And I manifested. I went through my dark night of the soul at my parents' house for 3 years straight. All I did was research, and I was obsessed with the law of attraction and the subconscious mind. And I manifested my whole life in Florida. Like literally every single thing that I wrote down, I manifested. I manifested a apartment right on the beach, 2 bartending gigs at the time that I really wanted, that I really liked. I manifested a free car, like all these things. Um, I wouldn't say that's like the biggest thing in my life, but like moving to Florida was the best decision I've ever made, I think. One of the best things I've ever done for myself. You know, in Minnesota, and I'm from 2 hours away from Canada, so at the top of the state. And don't get me wrong, like I love where I grew up, and I'm very fortunate the way that I grew up and the safety of the town. And it was like Pleasantville, if you've seen that movie. But it's, it's 8 months of winter and there's very little sunshine and it's depressing. And I wanted to be somewhere where I could be in nature pretty much year round. And that was my main thing that I wanted. I just wanted to be, I've always loved the beach. I wanted to be on the beach, near the beach, in the sun, on the grass, in trees. And I had no idea before coming to where I live in Florida. I had never been to this area. I didn't come here first before I moved here. I just had this intuitive nudge to come to the area that I did. And everything worked out so divinely perfect that I know that I was meant to be here. And I just followed my intuition and everything and I trusted. I was like, I know I'm meant to be in this area, so things will just fall into line for me. And they did. They fell into perfect line. Like, I found my first apartment within 5 days of moving, and I found my first job that I ended up keeping for 5 years, the whole time I've lived here. I found that within 5 days. It was just, yeah, it's just like when you let go and trust and you just go with your intuition. And that's what I started this live about, is really just honoring that and honoring your inner knowing. And it never leads you wrong. And so I'm just going with it. And that's why I don't film consistently, because if I don't feel intuitively that I want to put up a video, I'm not just going to put up content to put up content, because that's not authentic. That's just me trying to grow my channel in a different way than I want to grow it. And that's not what I'm about. I want my channel to grow because people actually want and are searching out and want to hear my content. I don't want to just put up videos and do a live every day so that my channel grows. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm in the wrong mindset about that, because I do want my channel to grow, because the time is now. We all need to be stepping into our duties so that these messages are getting, broadcasted worldwide, because I do feel like us starseeds and light workers, I do feel like we're activators. I think that when we speak, we are breaking open that seed in other star seeds that maybe aren't awake yet. I do believe that. Catching up on the comments now. I am not vegan anymore. No, it did not work for me. It's long story about my teeth. I have a lot of bad feelings in my mouth, but yeah, my teeth in the back started literally falling apart, and I'm still dealing with the repercussions of that when I went vegan. I'm a negative O blood type. If you look into the blood type diet, a lot of that makes sense as well. Negative O's do really well on meat, actually. And you know what? I thought about this after the fact. I was like, I chose to be born and raised in an area where we ate a lot of venison. We kind of ate paleo. We ate really high quality meats and vegetables and fruits. And if I chose that before incarnating, maybe I needed that food, The vegan topic is like for a whole other video. I will do a video on that, because that's such a common path that spiritual people go on, is going vegan. And I think it's 85% or something like that end up eating meat again after. Go with what you feel, you guys. I went vegan for 3.5, 4 years, and Maybe I needed that detox. I probably did detox a good amount of the bad, because so many of the vegan documentaries do have a lot of truth to them. The meat and dairy that they are talking about is bad for you. It is full of hormones and antibiotics and creepy stuff. But what those documentaries don't talk about is that a lot of the health issues that they claim are from eating meat and stuff are actually from all the hidden seed oils that they put in literally everything. That is what causes us issues. If you go to any other country, they can eat like crap for years and they don't gain as much weight as when people come to America, because they put all of these seed oils in everything. Canola, sunflower, I don't care what it is, they are all bad for us. High quality ghee, coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil, which is hard to find in the States. It's usually fake. Those oils, yes, but like all of the seed oils that they are putting in shit, that is what is causing all of the issues that they blame on meat and dairy. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, meat and dairy, you have to be very careful what you get it. So those documentaries aren't wrong. And those big factory farms are, I'm spacing out on the word I'm looking for right now. Those things are disgusting. Absolutely. Vegan documentaries still haunt me. I have such a high empathy for animals. That is the reason I went vegan. It had nothing to do really with my health. I was just like, oh my God, I can't give these companies my money anymore. Seeing what they do to animals is absolutely disgusting. So I get my meat very ethically sourced and make sure it's, from small farm to table, because yeah, those big farm factories are absolutely disgusting. And the fact how they treat those animals is disgusting. And I will never, ever support that, ever. I do eat meat again, but I don't support those big slaughterhouses. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know why I can't think of the word, but I do not support that. Absolutely not. We need to go back to small farms, small communities. These mass-produced things are just disgusting. These animals never see the light of day. I can't even talk about it because I will start crying. Yeah, so when I was vegan, I did it right though. I mean, don't get me wrong, I ate my fake meats every now and then, but I went whole food plant-based. So, and I did high carb, low fat though. And I think for my body type, I have really dry hair and skin my whole life. I think I need the opposite. I think I need a lot of fats. And I feel like I messed up my hormones when I was vegan, and because I wasn't taking in the fats that I needed. And our fats are regulated by our hormones are regulated by saturated fat, which I didn't know about until recently. And I'm healing my hormones now with ghee. If you don't know what ghee is, it's clarified butter. Ghee is like one of the most nutritionally dense things that we can eat, I believe. If you research it, it's amazing. So every morning I take a teaspoon of ghee with hot water and just drink it before I eat or drink anything. And it's definitely been helping me with so many things. I mean, there's even some vegans that still consume ghee. I guess you wouldn't consider them vegan then, but yeah. Yeah, factory farming is absolutely disgusting. So disgusting. Like, I think it was the documentary. If you're an empath, I don't recommend watching this because it literally haunts me still. And I watched this like 4 or 5 years ago. It was called Earthlings. And the thing, like, I'm sorry, but you have to be a sociopath or a psychopath to work in a slaughterhouse. And they would like light these animals on fire for fun. Like, we're not going to talk about it. It's absolutely heartbreaking. beyond belief. Yeah, ghee is amazing. Like it's I can never say this word right. Ayurvedic medicine. I've been very into Ayurvedic and holistic and naturopathic things since I woke up. So about 10 years now. And I heard about ghee so many times when I was like down all these paths and I was into and getting all these holistic natural things and then I just never got I never, I don't know what it was. Like I just never got into ghee. And then I went vegan and I completely dismissed it. And now that I'm healing my hormones with it, it's a really amazing topic to research. It's like, it's nature's gold. It's really amazing stuff. Erica's asking how old I am. How old do you think I am? It's an interesting question because I get this a lot at work and people always guess way off. How old do you guys think I am? Let me see your guesses. Oh, thanks, Gypsy Mama. I usually get around like a decade off. But you know, we got these high quality cameras and ring lights now. You can't really hide your wrinkles. Nobody's guessed it yet. I do a lot of raw honey, yeah. You can't tell Nathan, you know. Me and Nathan went to the same high school, so yeah. I am 35. I will be 36 in April. 1987. That's when they say there was like a huge energetic shift, and I always think about that. I'm like, ooh, 87. I get that a lot. Well, you know what? I look better now in my 30s than I did in my 20s because I have a whole video on this, so it's not like I'm hiding anything. I had a big problem with alcohol in my 20s, and it showed. It showed. Yeah, I'm 35. It's so funny because sometimes when I still bartend at a concert venue, and they'll be like, "Are you even old enough to drink?" And I'm like, "Bless your soul." Oh, Erica, I just said that. So I don't bartend at the main bar like place that I did for 5 years here anymore. And this is a whole other topic too. I went back and forth on when I quit drinking for 3 years, 3.5 years. I did not touch a drop. And I still don't really drink because now it makes me really, really sick. And I mean, it's the fastest way to lower your vibration. Anyone here knows that alcohol is poison, right? But I still go out every now and then. Yeah, because that's why we're here. We came here to indulge in these 3D things. And this is a whole other thing, I was drinking when I was already on a low vibration. So it just brought me lower and lower and lower. So now I know when I can go out. It's when I'm in a high vibratory state already, and it's not going to bring me down into those really low frequencies. Like if you're drinking every day, you just lower it, lower it. If I'm already vibing high and I want to go out with my coworkers and disconnect for a little bit and indulge in the, in the 3D, I'm going to do that because and this is something I'm learning lately, when you disconnect, because we're always in these spiritual topics and we're high and we're not grounded. When you disconnect, it opens pathways for creativity. The last time I went out I work with like 14 other women at the place I bartend, and they go out quite often and I never participate, but every now and then I will, maybe once every few months, and something good always comes out of it. Like the last time one of the girls introduced me to a whole genre of music that like it's changing my life. Like I'm such a music is my medicine. And it's like things like that. Like we have to disconnect sometimes because that's when creativity can flow. Like indulge in the 3D experience a little bit. That's why we are literally here. And that's what my short was about. Like you wake up and get on that spiritual high horse and you're like, oh my God, you drank, you can't drink, smoke, do this, that, and this and that. And oh my God, you're not spiritual if you go to the bar. And I felt guilty for bartending for a long time too, because I'm like, okay, what's my karma going to be if I'm handing out this poison that lowers people's vibration? But I attracted so many like minds to the little coffee shop bar that I worked at and met so many like-minded people. It's insane. All of my friends that I have in Florida, I met through that little coffee shop bar. And because we were all on that same vibe, we're like-minded. And I don't work there anymore, but the concert venue that I work at, I put it this way, okay? I can either look at it two ways. I can look at it as I'm giving people poison, whatever. I mean, they're paying for it. I'm not forcing it, right? Or I had an epiphany and I was like, look, I'm at I bartend at a concert venue. We do big names, small names, everything in between. Like we've done everyone from Third Eye Blind to Candlebox to we've had Lil Wayne to Jack Harlow is just there. And in that setting, I'm watching people have such a good time. Yeah, maybe they're drinking, but they are letting go of stress or whatever they are in that moment. And they're dancing and singing and having a good time. And it's also, I realize that a lot of times in my life, I am put in a situation where I'm in a big crowd of people. And that's because we are light workers and our light and vibration radiates onto others, whether we see it or know it or not. If you're a light worker and you walk into a crowded room, that energy is contagious and it carries over to these people and it syncs up with them and raises their vibration. Because I felt guilty for a while. I was like, oh, I'm still a bartender. Like, shouldn't be doing this. I don't even drink. Da 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 da. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm working a job where people are forgetting about their stress. They're forgetting about their sorrows. They're dancing and laughing and enjoying themselves. And they are seeing, bands or whatever that maybe change their life. Because for me, music is medicine. Music is such a big part of my life. It makes sense that, I manifested a job at a concert venue because it's my medicine. And I know that alcohol is involved, but we can't be so black and white with everything. And I'm really learning that because I am or was very black and white. But yeah, let me catch up on the comments. I'm going to probably jump off here in about 10 minutes. Me and Gypsy Mama are going to do a chat with another guest that I haven't met yet, Queen Midas. So I'm going to jump off in about 10 minutes. I need to eat something quick, and then we're going to be doing more stuff. But sorry, I'm catching up on the comments. I'm trying to read at the same time. Gem Street. Yeah, it's literally the concert venue I work at. It's I'm so blessed and grateful because it's such good money and it's like I'm getting paid to be at concerts. But it's all kind of music. We do everything from screamo to disco to jam bands, country, EDM. The EDM shows are hilarious because the outfits are outrageous. Like girls will just come with like tape over their tits and fishnets and that's it. We have to realize like we want to ascend so much, but you guys, we came into the 3D to experience duality. We came here to experience duality, you guys. I'm not saying partake in the dark like that, but you know what I'm saying. You can't escape it. It's everywhere, right? Something that stuck with me, and I know most people here probably have heard of Dolores Cannon. If you haven't, I highly suggest looking into her. She's since passed away, but she's such a big part of people's path and awakening. She's like a monumental staple, Dolores Cannon, right? And she said she was a past life hypnosis regression therapist. But she goes, you humans, you want to ascend so much. She's like, if you only knew how bad you wanted to come here and be a human when you're a light being, and then you come here and all you want to do is ascend into a light being. She's like, if you only knew that you came here to be a human, you wanted the duality, you wanted to experience the 3D, you wanted to indulge in the 3D food, the drugs, the whatever the hell it is. And that always stuck with me, because it's like, I know for me as an Aries, even in this world, I get bored fast. So I'm like, oh, I probably was a light being. And I was like, this is boring. Like, let me fuck some shit up here because I'm a spiritual cutter. You know what I mean, though? Like, we chose the duality. And then we wake up and we're like, oh my God, we have to be this certain way. And then we come off of that and we're like, duality. Yes, Dolores was a huge part of my awakening. So big. Her book, The Convoluted Universe. Am I saying that word right? Such a good book. Spiritual cutter. I've said I'm a spiritual masochist and a spiritual cutter. I say that all the time. And I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody. It's just a funny way to look at it, because there's been so many times, and I still do this, where I'm flying high and then I'm like, I'm doing so good. Might go out and drink a little bit or do something, because I'm being too 5D. No. You know what I mean, though? We've been through so many lifetimes that it's just funny. We come here and we want to get out of the duality so bad. And the ironic part is that we chose to have the duality in order to wake us up. The darkness illuminates the light. The darkness illuminates the light, and we are the light. Could we see the light if there was no dark? And vice versa. Things we need to think about. All right, I got about 6 minutes before I'm going to head off. Is there any other questions you guys have? I don't even know where it says how many are in here. Oh. My backdrop is falling on me right now. Gotta love the lives. The last live I did, my cat broke my ring light, so. Yeah, is there any last minute questions you guys want to talk about before I get off? I got about 5 minutes. Erica says the top 3 tips for manifesting. Literally doing the shadow work. This is falling on me, you guys. Why is it always something? Okay, the universe is like, you need to be done. Okay. I don't know. I can't catch a break sometimes. All right, well, I'm going to get off because this mattress that I tried to cover with a blanket clearly isn't being incognito, and it's about to fall on my whole setup here. I'm sorry, you guys. Bear with me. It's just me. Authentic. Here it is. I'm holding up a mattress because I haven't put it in storage yet. What kind of spiritual lesson is this, universe? What does this mean? I'm sorry. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all for being here. If you have not yet subscribed to Gypsy Mama, go ahead and do that. Me and her are about to hop on a video in a little bit here. I'm not sure if it's going to be live or not yet, but nonetheless, she's an amazing part of this soul family, and so grateful to be connecting with my soul tribe and soul family, and all of you here are also soul family. And like I say in all my videos, you guys, if you have the nudge or the urge to do something, because you are a light worker, if you're watching this, you are, and if you have the urge or the intuitive nudge to make a channel, whether it's YouTube or a blog or something, do it. Please do it. The time is now, you guys. It is so now. We all need to be speaking out because we are the activators. I believe that. We are the seed. We're the seeder race. We are planting seeds in other people. We are activating, we are activating other star seeds who are still asleep, because there's a lot who are still sleeping. And our words literally trigger something in their DNA. I believe that fully. My arm is getting tired. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. And to all my lovers out there, I send you love and light. And to all my trifling ass haters, I send you extra love and light and many hugs. And I will see you guys in the next video whenever I get that intuitive nudge. All right. Bye, guys.